All right, let's put yesterday's atrocities to the side, right? We lose walk-off home run for the Chicago Cubs. You can forget about it. The objective today is simple. You win, you are in. If the Reds win this game here against the Chicago Cubs, they will get to 90 wins, and they will be the third wild card and the 6th overall seed in the National League playoffs. If they lose and the Braves win, the Atlanta Braves get that number 6 seed, and the Reds are out. If the Reds lose and the Braves lose, the Reds still get into the playoffs. So that's what's to play for here tonight. For the Chicago Cubs, they are locked in no matter what to the 5th seed in the NL, which means they have to play the Arizona Diamondbacks in a series that will take place in Phoenix, Arizona. So you see the series recap so far. The Cubs only needed to win one game going into this series, and they did it. Now the Reds have to finish it off and win the series. Jameson Taillon will pitch tonight for the Cubs. Again, they have nothing to play for. They should honestly rest their guys. We'll see. I think as a whole, let's just be honest, the Braves are probably a tougher matchup for teams in the playoffs than the Reds are. But TJ Friedl and this hot Reds lineup, at least with the bats, will get going. And there you go. TJ Friedl will start this game off with a leadoff double. So that's the start you needed tonight for Cincinnati. It's his 38th of the season, but we got to keep it going. Matt McLain on the 3-1 pitch puts one into right field. That ball is going to get through. Friedl will look to go to the plate, and he will be in there. McLain going to second. Everybody's safe. Exactly the start you wanted tonight for the Reds. And folks, if you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more Reds franchise mode here on the channel. Posted the Nationals March to October earlier, as there's the former National Jeimer Candelario. Deep center field, that ball's up, and it's out of here. Exactly the start the Reds needed here with game 162. Candelario's 25th of the season goes 410 feet. He cranks one into center field. The Reds go up 3-0, just like that. And exactly the lead the Reds needed so far. Again, you've seen games before with this Reds and Cubs matchup where we've lost leads to Chicago, but JD Martinez is going to add another one. His 40th of the season goes for 401 feet, and the Cincinnati Reds have now taken a 4-0 lead in the top of the first. Jameson Taillon basically just throwing batting practice out there. Martinez takes 1 yard, 4-0, and still no outs. And here's another base runner. Elly De La Cruz is going to get hit by the sweeper. Will Benson now in the lineup because of the righty, and he'll hit one against the hit and run. It's going to be runners on the corners with still no outs here in the top of the first. Jonathan India in the lineup tonight on the 1-1 pitch, going to put one in to right field. It will be the first out of this game, but with 99 speed, Elly De La Cruz looking for the plate, and he's in there. It's a sac fly for Jonathan India, which puts the Reds up 5-0 in the first. Noelvi Marte on the 1-1 pitch. Runner going. Marte hits one down the line. It's going to get through. We will send Will Benson to third. Marte going to second. Everybody is safe. Second and third, one out, and just like that, Taillon's day is over, as here comes Chris Clark with an ERA of 5.52 in the regular season. Let's see if Tyler Stevenson can get going. He's going to hit one on the ground. It's going to score Will Benson from third. It'll be 6-0 now for Cincinnati with 2 gone. TJ Friedl back at the plate. Here comes Chris Clark's delivery, and Friedel's going to hit one up the middle. Dansby Swanson trying to make the play, but Friedel's in there. They're going to be on the corners with 2 outs for Matt McLain on the 1-2 pitch. McLain into right field. That ball is going to get down as well. My goodness. 7-0 Cincinnati. Here comes Friedl, though, going first to home. He's going to be in there. McLain going to third. Everybody is safe for Cincinnati. It is 8-0, and we're still in the top of the first. So again, the Cubs, nothing to play for. They still got all the starters in the game, which, I mean, they kind of have to. It's the top of the first inning. And now a passed ball is going to get away. 9-0 Reds. I mean, the Braves are basically done, and Jeimer Candelario is going to go yard for the second time in the same inning. 10-0 Cincinnati on the road here at Wrigley Field. After the walk-off home run last night from Chicago, the Reds are coming out here with a spark. It's going to be 10-0 in the top of the first. Again, you couldn't have possibly dreamt of a better scenario for Cincinnati. JD Martinez now in the full count. He goes back to back. The second time in this same inning, JD Martinez and Jeimer Candelario go back to back, 11-0, 479. Off the bat, JD Martinez, his 41st of the year. Again, still in Hall of Fame difficulty. We haven't had the complete outbreak of runs like we just have had right now. But JD Martinez goes 479, and the Cubs have to go to their third pitcher in the first inning. Drew Smyly, the lefty, going to pitch back-to-back days for Chicago, 3.75 ERA for him on the season. And finally, it looks like the Cubs will get out the inning as Elly De La Cruz grounds out to short. But here comes John Means now with an 11-run cushion. You gotta think now Cincinnati looking towards the playoffs. I mean, you kind of have to with an 11-run lead. Gotta be thinking now of Philadelphia. And Nico Hoerner is going to ground out to start this game off. Dansby Swanson release the Cubs bats. Swanson going to strike out looking on a fastball up and in. Now to the plate, Seiya Suzuki on the 1-2, going to put one on the ground to Jeimer Candelario. And so the Reds, they're going to send up 14 batters to the plate in their first inning, in the top of the first, and Chicago sends only 3. And now to the top of the second. We're not even going to play the home run song at this point because, I mean, it's 12-0. Will Benson, who does not hit left-handed pitching well at all, is going to go lefty-lefty for his 10th of the season against Drew Smyly. 390 feet for Will Benson, gets into the double digits this year on home runs, and the Reds now go up 12-0 in the second. So we're going to start not showing everything here because, I mean, it's a 12-run game in the second inning. Noelvi Marte going to ground out to the mound to Smyly. Tyler Stevenson goes up the middle. He will pick up a 2-out base knock. I mean, I don't even know how many hits we have. And TJ Friedl will get his third at-bat in the second inning. It's a bad AB, though, right there from Friedl. He's going to ground out to third. But 12-0 for Cincinnati. I mean, we've blown leads against the Cubs in the past. I think it's kind of impossible to lose this one. I mean, come on, it's 12-0. And the Cubs still don't have a base runner. Wisdom flies out. Cody Bellinger, okay, here might be their first hit. Bellinger deep right field. Will Benson going back to the wall. And here come the Cubs. Chris Paul hits a three-pointer to cut the lead to 26. Cody Bellinger is going to hit a home run in the second inning to cut it to 11. It will be Bellinger's 22nd of the season. 12-1, Christopher Morel at the plate for Chicago. Hits one up the middle. It will now be a 1-out single for him, or maybe looking for 2, actually. TJ Friedl, that ball's going to take him deep into center. It's going to be a double for Morel. It's 1 out now for Chicago. That ball's going to be hitting the right field. Will Benson charging in. Here comes the runner to the plate. Benson with a great throw. He guns out the runner at the plate, of course, in Morel. Gonna keep this an 11-run game. Ian Happ on the 3-1 pitch, gonna put one on the ground to Elly De La Cruz. So an 11-run lead still here for Cincinnati. Smyly still in the mound for the Cubs. Matt McLain gonna get under that sinker. I just don't think that's gonna have the carry. Yeah, it's gonna be caught up there in center field by Cody Bellinger. 1 gone for the Candyman, Jeimer Candelario, and Candy just gonna get under that curveball. That one again is gonna be taken in right center field by Bellinger. 2 gone, 4 spot up. JD Martinez looking for 3 home runs and 3 at-bats. Unfortunately, he will not get that. Dansby Swanson with a diving play to put away Martinez at first. Chicago up in the bottom of the third, lefty-lefty matchup. Means going to strike out Ryan Noda on a slider away. Nico Hoerner on the 1-1 pitch is going to get under the fastball, elevate it into right field, but straight into the glove of Will Benson. 2 gone for the former Brave, Dansby Swanson. He'll pull one into left. Matt McLain can get there, though. 12-1 is the lead for the Reds. Elly De La Cruz going to lead off the top of the fourth. That ball smoked deep left field, and that one's going to get out in a hurry. My goodness. All right, Elly De La Cruz makes it 13-1. Yes, this is still in Hall of Fame difficulty. De La Cruz, though, going to hit the 25 home run mark for the first time of his professional career, 377 feet into left field, and the Reds keep on extending this lead. I mean, what are you thinking if you're the Braves at this point, right? I mean, you're watching this game. I don't know if the Braves won or lost. It doesn't really matter at this point as long as we win, but you're watching a team that you need to win be down by 12. Will Benson picks up another hit with a single. Tyler Stevenson looks to drive him in, but he will ground out to third. It's fine. The Reds keep on improving this lead up to 12. Means back out there here in the bottom of the fourth. Seiya Suzuki, though, going to put one to left field. He will be on with a lead-off single. Cody Bellinger has the only run so far of the night for Chicago, and he's going to hit one into right field. First and second, 1 out. Christopher Morel at the plate, and Morel into right field, and the Cubs are going to get a little bit of something going here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. That double from Morel should score 2. He's going to look for 3. He will be in there. It's going to be a triple for Christopher Morel, which makes the score 13-3 as Miguel Amaya comes up on the 1-2, putting one to center field. TJ Friedl is there, but I think it'll be deep enough. Yeah, it should be deep enough to score Morel 13-4. Now the lead. I mean, the Reds' lead has gone down to single digits. Ian Happ gonna put one in the left. He's gonna keep the inning going. He'll be on first base for Ryan Noda. 1-2 pitch. Noda, though, strikes out in the same exact pitch he struck out in his first AB. Slider away to the top of the fifth. We were going to go 1-2-3, but Jeimer Candelario is keeping his day going. Again, we were in a huge slump with Candelario, but today he's really broken through now with 3 hits, and JD Martinez hits one hard, but straight to the second baseman in Nico Hoerner. Bottom 5, John Means goes 1-2-3, now eligible for the win. We'll probably pull him now just because we should probably use our bullpen. Jonathan India grounds out to end the top of the 6th. Again, just trying to get through this game because, again, the score is 13-4. In comes Graham Ashcraft out of the pen. 4.3 ERA for him on the season. He'll see Patrick Wisdom first, and Wisdom into center field. Friedel, okay. It was a tough ball to play. Friedel looks for the diving catch. He's not going to get it. Wisdom is going to go all the way to third, so he'll be on with a leadoff triple for Chicago. Now to the plate, Cody Bellinger on the 2-2, puts one on the ground to Jeimer Candelario, but of course, it's gonna score Wisdom. 13-5 now the score. I mean, the Cubs are battling back, right? Christopher Morel up the middle, here's a single. We have blown leads to this team before, but I mean, this lead would just be the choke of the century, but here comes Miguel Amaya. Deep left field off the foul pole. This game's 13-7 now. It will be his 4th home run of the year, 402 feet off of the bat, and now the lead's down to 6. Ryan Noda hasn't really done anything tonight. He grounds out to Candelario, so one first baseman grounds out to another. But again, the lead's down to 6. Mark Leiter Jr. in to pitch for Chicago, but I think Noelvi Marte got us that 7-run cushion back. He did. Deep fly ball into left field will get over the fence. Noelvi Marte makes this a 14-7 game. It'll be Marte's 8th home run of the season. Everyone's teeing off of the Chicago pitching staff here tonight. I mean, we could have done that yesterday, and potentially we could have been in a spot where we'd be playing the Diamondbacks instead of the Phillies, which, I mean, honestly, what team would you rather have? I don't know. Both those teams are very good. Both those teams were the participants in the NLCS last season, so it's really pick your poison in that sense. But Andrew Abbott will now come into the 7th inning, 3.74 ERA so far in the season for him. Just trying to lock things down here, shut the door on the Cubs, right? Suzuki with the 2-out single brings up Patrick Wisdom. Wisdom lines one into left. There's Matt McLean, but again, the ball gets down. Here comes Cody Bellinger down by 7. Thankfully, he just rolls over to Jonathan India. India over to Candelario. Top 8, Will Benson, 2 outs, strikes out. On the mound now for Chicago's Keegan Thompson. The righty sets down Benson right there to the bottom of the 8th. Abbott with 2 outs will give up that double. Again, the Cubs are not going away, right? Ian Happ there is going to be on with a 2-out double. Happ going to be standing on second base now for the 9 spot, but it's Ryan Noda, another left-handed pitcher for Noda, and he will strike out for the 3rd time in this game. Not a great pitch either. It's a high circle change, but Noda just stares at it. So to the bottom of the 9th, Abbott needs 3 outs. He'll get 1 from Nico Hoerner striking out. Dansby Swanson now flies out into left field. There is Matt McLean, and the Reds are 1 out away from returning to the postseason for the first time since 2020. Seiya Suzuki on the 1-1 hits one into shallow right, and there is Jonathan India, and the Cincinnati Reds are going back to October. In the first season of this Reds franchise mode, we get them back in the playoffs, but I mean, honestly, I feel like that was kind of the expectation. And this is a team that is somewhat loaded. We win this game 14-7 off of 17 hits, and the Cincinnati Reds will get that 3rd wild card. They will be the 6th team in the dance for the National League, and now they turn their attention to the National League East winning Philadelphia Phillies, a team that has been in the World Series, a team that has deep playoff experience before. You've got very talented players with the likes of Zach Wheeler, you got Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, JT Realmuto, to name a few. It's going to be a tough series, but the Reds are going to have to find a way to win a 3-game set against that Philly team on the road at the bank. So folks, thank you all for watching episode number 11 of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. We'll be back tomorrow for the wild card round. Again, folks, thank you all for watching. I'm Mamba. Forever.